let's talk about installing some crown molding. The first thing I want to point out is how this should be nested in this inside corner when it's installed properly. This should be flat against the wall. This profile up here should be flat against the ceiling. This is called the spring angle, the angle between the wall and the back side of this crown molding. The number of that angle isn't important. What is important is that it's nested in here properly. And if you move it around in here, you're going to feel when you're sitting the right way. I'm going to be working my way around this mock-up from right to left. So I'm going to start here, flush with the end of this drywall, and I'm going to come down to this end, and I'm going to mark the crown molding right here. I'm going to mark this here, and then indicate which direction the 45-degree angle is going. Now there's a number of ways to cut crown molding. I'm going to show you a way that I think is the simplest, and that's going to require us to put this crown molding in on the saw upside down. So the back fence of this saw is going to represent the wall, and the bed of the table saw is going to represent the ceiling. We're going to cut this upside down. Now I recommended making a line showing the direction of the 45-degree angle so that we don't get confused when we orient this upside down. So we want to turn our saw to a 45-degree angle. We want to make sure that this is nested in the saw the right way also. So before I nail that first piece up, we're going to go ahead and put this next piece in here, and we're going to make another measurement for this miter just like we did on the first piece. Mark which direction that 45-degree angle goes so we don't get confused. And again, we're going to take this piece, we're going to turn it upside down, and this 45-degree cut is going to be the opposite way. We're going to go ahead and use some 2-inch finish nails. At this point, you would want to grab some wood glue and just go ahead and put some glue on that miter. Since this is a mock-up, I'm not going to bother, and nail it off. Now if you take your time, that's what you should end up with. Now this inside corner is going to be a cope. This is the piece that we're going to put our cope cut on. You want the end of this to look like this piece here, almost like you were going to do 45-degree miters to make that 90-degree corner. Now when we bring this over here, you can see this clearly is not going to match up very well. With the coping saw, we're going to cut here, right along this profile. And this is going to go away. When you're done with the coping saw, you should have this. So we'll hold that in place and we'll mark the end of the wall. For this, it can just lay down flat because it's just a square cut. So that's a nice tight mitered outside corner and a nice coped inside corner.